heard your cries, Guggen Nation, but too much of a good thing is bad for your health. So we're only doing this once a week. Buckle up, baby. It's time for ETN. Brought to you by Lloyd's Construction and Consulting, providing first-class construction services on 1010XL.
I had a nightmare last night, Dan Hicken.
What happened?
I had a nightmare that we had instituted a rule that whoever lost ETN had to spin the dime bet board.
Oh,
How big a nightmare would that be, Frank?
Now that is hellish.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
Oh, no.
That's a real nightmare.
There is enough soul-sucking enterprise out there during the
gosh.
course of the year that the last thing we need is
Listen, I mean, we got so many things going on right now. We've got fantasy golf. We've got the dime bet board down to the BMW Championship where me, you, and Beef are basically tied after all this time. After,
it's never happened before.
25 weeks or whatever.
I think the Golf Channel should probably do a story on it. So dramatic.
We've got the Rhino Shield bet of the day. We got the Friday 5-pack coming. I mean,
this week.
The
Rhino Shield, you don't have to worry about the dime bet board.
No, but we're making money. But I feel the pressure to perform for the Googans.
How much money have you made? I mean,
we're 7-3.
Wow.
I mean, I think probably
just doing it all on Bet US, I guess.
I think probably, honestly, that is it Visin? VISN? VEASAN is
Vegas Sports and Information
helping you?
Network.
well, they're going to contact me and lure me to Vegas.
You're going to be an analyst.
I'm going to be a capper.
Maybe we could just take the entire show to Vegas. We just do it from there
That's
in our
fine.
own studio.
I'll be a capper.
You'd be a capper. Remember the back in the day of 1-800-HIT-CLOCK, and then you got death threats.
Yes, but yeah, I mean,
That
you
didn't
know,
work.
it's so we got that going on. There's
In
just
fairness,
it's-
most of those were from
we got Mets Braves dime bet.
Sure.
You know, rolling. Does
You gained
I
a half
watch
game
a
last
sink?
night.
We gained a halfer.
Yeah, a little halfer.
Finally, didn't play a double-A team.
I
so that was nice to see.
said to my son, well, we'll see how we do. We're moving to the big fields.
Yeah.
Right? We've all had little leaguers that go from that 45-foot mound to the 60-footer. We had to move back to the big fields. It didn't go so good last night.
Yeah. But anyway, so there's a lot going on. So the answer to that is unequivocally no.
Oh, yeah, no.
The
I know,
loser of
no,
ETN
100%,
just gets humiliated.
That's all. So,
And Darren will be the one who humiliates today.
judge, jury, and executioner.
He is. Hello, Darren.
Good morning, fellas. What's
How
up,
are you?
Very good. Long time no here. How you been?
I'm doing fantastic,
Good.
man. Doing fantastic.
Awesome.
Another day older. Turned 54 with my 5-year-old grandson on Sunday. We
Nice.
took him up to Pittsburgh to his first Steeler game, and I'm still standing behind. We should have took prior meets, by the way. I was there and watched it in person, and the dude is the real deal.
I'm surprised you
yeah.
don't have PTSD when you go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this is true.
Is that?
Darren once got throat punched at a Steeler game.
Yes,
didn't he?
that is
He did.
That is exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right.
I mean, I don't know why you go back into that Lions den.
PSTD.
Or as Tony would say. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know the rules, Darren. You ready
He
to
knows
roll?
the rules of the game. He knows how
Yeah,
to
he's
play
a
that.
legend.
Darren, by the way, is often plays in the 1010XL poker tournaments.
Yeah.
I've seen him up there as well. So here we go.
Round one.
Round one, guys. Last night, Trevor got the start again. Played, into the second quarter, and by his own assessment, he thought he at least improved. So, what kind of grade would you put on Trevor Lawrence's performance last night in the loss to the Saints?
You, me, you,
Sure.
you, me.
Have at it,
I
friend.
thought he was a B. That's a game that I'd like to see some coaches film, or you'd like to be at the game and just understand why our receivers aren't getting open. I mean, I watched New Orleans move the ball up and down the field. They could run an underneath route. They got 5 yards cushion. They could go deep and beat you deep. And the Jags were decent last night. They got a little bit of pressure, so it wasn't just an absolute clean pocket all the time. And Trevor Lawrence, I think, is doing a good job of shifting around in the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield. He's not been put in playmaking positions, yet he's still keeping his head above water. So, considering what he's working with, including last night, just 2 on the starting offensive line, I'd give him a B.
Trevor Lawrence is fine. I'm worried more about everybody else around him. I'm worried about, including the coaches. I'm worried about the coaches. I'm worried about the offensive line. I'm worried about the skill position players. I thought we were going to have a much better offense, and I haven't seen it yet. Do not ruin Trevor Lawrence, boys. Don't you do it. Darren?
Winner Prosser.
Round two.
Round two, there was a lot of hand-wringing on social media last night. You were involved in it, Dan.
Yes.
You were active in
Leading
it
the
as well.
charge.
There was a lot of it revolved around some of the play calling offensively. After the game, Herb said that they didn't have all their weapons, so they couldn't quite, unload the full gamut not necessarily that they would anyways in a preseason game.
No
So,
DJ Chark, Dan.
Right.
What do you mean?
Is
TNT.
from your view, is there a concern there?
Yes, there's a concern. And the biggest concern I have, and I'll just keep it simple on this one, the concern I have is 3rd and 8 and running 5-yard routes. I can't do it again. I can't. I've watched it for 26 years. Please, for the love of God, with new coaches, somebody tell a coach, an offense coordinator, if you must run it to the sticks. Please just run it to the sticks. That's all I ask, because I got news for you. We're a little bit hampered with those wide receivers. Our guys ain't really beating anybody. So if they happen to get open and catch the ball, they better have a first down. The yak ain't going to add up to a whole lot.
You know, it's so funny as you say that. I'm looking at Rondell Moore of the Cardinals, and they're showing his highlights. He's a rookie there, and 2 of the plays are third down plays where that play happens 10 times in every NFL game where a guy runs just short of the sticks. I'm not saying it's a good strategy, but I don't know if that's his third option, and they're just trying to get something done. The play calling has been clunky, and the hope is that they're not showing anything because the regular season's coming. Now, I'm not saying that that's what is happening. That's what the hope is.
Yeah, winner, Dan. You got to get past the freaking yard marker. Man.
Thank you,
That's
Darren.
What am I going to do? I thought it was 3rd and 4. That's my answer.
Round
I thought it was
3.
3rd and 4. I thought we were there.
Round 3. Don't look now, but we've got another deadline, fellas. 4 p.m. We got to shave it down
I'm in a
again.
position of authority.
We,
My back
What's
hurts.
happening here?
I'm standing up and it's freaking Dan out. My back hurts.
Like what's going on
We
here.
got our-
He's like, I'm taking the power position, beef. You know, like
I
when you
saw.
interview for a
trying
job.
to tower over me, Darren. I don't like
The
that.
boss's desk.
It's a power play.
I'm playing hurt, man. My back was.
it's like
anyway,
Coughlin's
never
tiny
mind.
couch. It's a power play.
Exactly. It's power play.
I'm going to test him. I'm going to test his back.
Psychological warfare.
I'm going to test his back comment right now, Darren. Jeff, you want to play golf after the show?
100%. It doesn't hurt that bad. A lot of standing when you do that. A lot of standing.
Obviously, there was a surprising name in the first batch of cut downs.
Yes.
There's another cut down today, 85 to 80. Do you think any names will raise eyebrows today?
Have you watched the preseason so far? I'll get on board here. I mean, are you kidding me? We can't get the kind of play you want out of the top 22. I'm going to worry about the bottom 5? No. The odds are it'll be 5 names that if you're a casual fan you've never heard of, and if you're a fan who's more non-casual than that, more serious than that, then stop watching the preseason so much. So, yeah, no, this isn't the time for huge shocks.
Well, I'm going to give you a guy they damn well better not cut. All right? I'm going to give you a guy who went out there last night who I'd never heard of, who had a jersey number on there at the end of the game and almost stole the game for us. Jeff Cotton. Let Jeff Cotton play some ball, man. Jeff Cotton was getting deep all night against those backup guys. They better not cut Jeff Cotton. You can cut 5 other guys, but you give Jeff Cotton another week based on what he did at the end of that game last night.
Yeah, I'm a Jaguar fan. I probably won't know a single one that gets cut today. So winner, Jeff.
Oh, no.
Round 4.
Jeff Cotton.
Cotton Eye Joe.
What about Jeff?
You wait a cotton-picking minute.
Yeah,
I mean,
buddy.
What about Jeff Cotton?
Jeff Cotton.
He was almost a hero. He almost caught another one.
Jeff Cotton Jr. to you, friend.
That's right. Shout out to Jeff Cotton,
Love
baby.
him. You know him. You love him.
Wearing a Matter Bebe's number, I think.
How quick we move
I
on.
mean, where did he come from?
Thought he was-
When did we sign Jeff Cotton?
Thought he was gonna. Josh was gonna be a prod guy. Round 4. We shift
trying.
gears to college
Trying
football
here, Googans.
quickly.
Yes.
The gang over at ESPN, Dan, did the
Yes.
arduous task of ranking the top 100 players in the country.
They did.
And I was
How
scrolling
many,
through
how
the list.
many Bama guys? 12
A
in the
lot.
top 15?
I had to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll
Yeah.
to get to the first one that had the word Florida next to his name.
Where's Kyer Elam ranked?
40.
All right.
So my question, is that about right? And if the best player on your team is 40th, what does that say?
Well, this says, I mean, football's a team game. I mean, we got Trevor Lawrence here, and we ain't looking so hot, right? I mean, Kyer Elam is going to be a first-round draft pick, so 40 is a corner. There's probably a lot of quarterbacks ahead of him, a lot of Alabama guys ahead of him. But, look, obviously that's also a byproduct of recruiting. And when you recruit well, you get a lot more names on the top 100 board because the more 5-stars you get, the more chances you have to have great players.
This top 100 in college football?
Yeah.
And the Gators are ranked, what were they in the preseason poll? 13th? There's 120 D1 teams? And Florida has 2 of not the top 100. They got 2 of like the top 65. Brenton Cox is also on that list. I think that's pretty representative for a team that's 13th in the country. So no one's picking Florida to the playoff. I think you're in that's as good as you could expect.
Yeah, I think Elam's where he needs to be at, and I'm gonna go winner Dan.
Round 5.
Yeah.
And lastly,
Got a shot here.
it comes to this, round 5. Look, we've been the subject of these conversations in the past, and it sucks. So our empathy goes out to the fans in Buffalo. But Roger Goodell had to speak yesterday and say that the NFL absolutely, positively, 100% needs to be in Buffalo with a new stadium. But there's a lot of pushback. So do you think there's a chance that the Bills aren't in Buffalo in the not-too-distant future?
No chance. No chance. Everybody wants the Bills in Buffalo. There's some posturing going on right now, and the Pagulas got a little bit of – those are the owners. They got a little bit of extra cachet right now because they got a good team. They just paid their franchise quarterback. They're doing all the things you're supposed to do as a franchise. They're going to do a public-private partnership. They want to get as much out of the city as they can, and Roger Goodell is just reaffirming what everybody knows. They want new stadiums with the ultimate ability to maximize profit. So we keep an eye to a degree on what's going on up there. It's a little bit different deal. It's a higher price tag. It's a new stadium, where it's here. It's just going to be renovations. But from the public-private partnership part of it, there'll be some similarities.
Yeah, let me tell you about Roger Goodell. He's about one thing and one thing only, and that's maximizing the billion-dollar industry profits for his billion-dollar owners. He doesn't care one damn bit about the fans. I was there when Roger Goodell walked his sorry butt into Jacksonville, FLA, and told people, you better start buying tickets around here or this team may not be here forever. Are you kidding me, Roger? Do you think that had any impact whatsoever? I mean, how about let's get a winning product on the field? If you build it, they will come. Settle down, Roger. The Bills are Buffalo. The Jaguars are Jacksonville, and that's how it's going to be.
Oh, wow. I enjoyed the
fire.
comment there, Dan. But the bottom line is JP is in the house, and he wins. Jeff Foster.
Jeff screaming down the hall in victory. Dan, would you like to address Darren?
I would just say this to Darren. That was my cousin in Pittsburgh a few years back. And you absolutely 100% deserved what you got, Darren.
The throat punch.
That's correct. Because I don't know if you're a Jag fan or a Steeler fan. You're telling me you're taking people to Steeler games now. I don't see the Jags playing in Pittsburgh. So check yourself, Darren.
Traitor.
Check yourself.